What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Backyard Barbecuing. Today I'm going to show you how I made this crispy skin spatchcock chicken.
What we have here is a whole chicken. Let's open up the package. Once you've got it opened up, reach inside, take out all the gizzards, the heart, and the liver. Now there are a number of different ways that we can cook this thing. A lot of people like to cook it whole, half it, or quarter it out. But today we're going to cook it what's called a method called the spatchcock. So we're going to take the spine out and lay it flat. So we'll take our shears and start cutting right on the side of the spine. One side, let's cut out the other. You can save that for some brine, or you can throw it on the pit while you're cooking your bird. It's up to you. We'll put that to the side. Now that we've got it opened up, we can see the whole cavity, and it starts to lay a little bit flat, but not as flat as we want it. So let's open it up, and we'll nick the breastbone right there so it lays really flat. There it goes. So we could dry brine this, sprinkle some salt on the skin, let the skin sit, try and draw out some moisture, but we're gonna do more of a traditional brine, so it's gonna be a wet brine. Let me show you how to get that together. Here we have about 2 liters, a little over 2 liters, and so we're gonna, if you wanted to get technical, you could put about 5% salt in this, but we're not gonna break it down into numbers. We're just gonna start pouring. So we're just using some coarse kosher salt here. That's about good. We're gonna throw in some garlic powder. We'll throw in some whole black peppercorns, some bay leaves, some dried herbs. Now you typically want to use a vinegar-based hot sauce for some acidity. I'm using some Tapatio today, and I'm not sure how much of a vinegar base it is, so I'm going to add some of this. And if it's a vinegar-based hot sauce already, then you don't have. Then go ahead and skip this step. But since I'm not sure that it is, I'm just going to add in a little bit more of some vinegar. Then we'll go ahead and whisk this away. All right, so now that's all mixed together, we're going to take our chicken, we're going to stuff it in. We'll cover it up, and we'll leave this in our fridge overnight and cook it tomorrow.
All right, so it doesn't look like I was recording any of that when I seasoned this thing up, but well, I'll just take you through it real quick. I used some garlic powder on the top to get a nice golden color on the outside when cooking. Then we used some coarse black pepper, and then on the back side we did the same thing. We hit it with a little bit of garlic powder, and then we used Rob's Trainwreck, one of my favorite rubs. Sprinkle, and we did a really light coating of that, and then we added in just a little bit of extra black pepper. So when cooking it, a lot of people like to take these wings off, but what I like to do is tuck them behind the bird. It makes it look like the bird's relaxing, so that way it'll protect them and doesn't burn them. So let's go ahead and get our pit ready now. Some chunk post oak. All right, while we wait for our charcoal to kind of burn down, we're gonna go ahead and lay our chicken down. We're gonna lay it right in about the middle. And I would like to lay the thighs and the legs towards the heat because they can take a little bit more heat than the breast can. I don't wanna overcook the breast. So we're gonna lay it in there nice and flat. We'll let our charcoal burn down and then we'll close it up. All right, so we're about the hour mark here. And the whole time we've been trying to maintain temperatures at about 300 degrees. So we're gonna open it up and check out to see what it looks like. All right, really smoky environment. I kind of added some wood chunks not too long ago, but it's starting to look pretty good. The skin isn't really dried out yet. I did move it closer to the heat because I wanted the skin to get a little crispy. But let's see what temperature we are in the thighs. Okay, let's see if you can see that. So we're at about 129 degrees. We're not there yet. So that's good because we still want our skin to get a little dry. If it's not dry enough yet, we're gonna hit it with some butter or some kind of oil to really crisp it up. But it is starting to bubble up a little bit in some spots. A little bit too much on the ends of our drumsticks. So we might wrap that in some foil if it starts to become a concern. But as of right now, we're still looking pretty good. And let's check in with the breast temperature. So we're at about 115. We want this to be about 165 degrees, so we're not even close to it. Let's flip this thing around because I don't want our chicken legs there to get a little too crispy. We're gonna close the pit and just let it go. All right, so it's time to pull this chicken off. Got kind of crispy. All right, I'll see you at the cutting board. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes since I pulled this thing off. We've given the chance to meat to rest a little bit. Let's go ahead and cut into it. So we're gonna take our knife here and just cut the whole leg and thigh right off. Cut the other one off. Let's cut these wings off. Oh, they kind of fell right off. So remember how I was telling you in the beginning of the video how if we didn't tuck these wings, they'd more likely get burnt. Well, they got burnt anyway, so let's toss those. Chop the other one off. Still got good meat. We're gonna eat it. And let's chop this breast off in half. All right. We're gonna go ahead and cut slices of this. First, we've got to try that crispy skin. So the brine that we did yesterday, it's kind of seeping through. Really salty meat, really juicy. Still a little hot. Let's try a leg and a thigh. The leg and the thigh really came out real nice. I'm gonna go ahead and make a bunch of slices out of this chicken breast. But I'm gonna take the skin for myself. So good? Huh. We gotta cut the bone off of these because remember, it is a whole chicken. Cut off. You definitely taste some spiciness from the tapatio that we put on yesterday, or that we put it in the brine, and it's still really juicy, as you can tell. Let me get a better piece here. Yeah, so it's still really juicy. That brine really worked through the meat. And again, extremely juicy. This is that breast tenderloin. I mean, this recipe is really good. This is something that you can do on a weekday. You can get this ready the night before if you've got time or if you remember. or it's a nice weekend thing. I mean, there's so many ways to cook chickens, and this is one of the fastest and one of the easiest ways. All right, you guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. So if you like it, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, get that YouTube algorithm going. And until next time, all right, peace.